Welcome to Talking Crue, the unofficial Motley Crue podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Humphrey, where I talk all things in the world of Motley Crue. This is episode 66 this week. Vince Neil live in Detroit, Michigan, 2024 review. But first, this weekend, Motley news. Not a whole lot of it, but some. On Wednesday, December 11th, was Nikki Sixx's birthday, so happy birthday, Nikki Sixx. Hope you had a great one. Plus, on a side note, my wife's birthday was actually that Wednesday as well, so happy birthday to my wife. Thanks to my friend Scott Wall, who informed me, and then later on, Motley Crue announced it themselves. We'll be playing at the Boardwalk Rock. That's hard to say. On May 17th, 2025 in Ocean City, Maryland. This is fantastic news because, so far they haven't really said what's going on in 2025 other than the Las Vegas residency. So seeing that they're doing shows after is a really good indication of what might come. If they announce more tour dates, I'll keep you guys posted. Also at this festival that night is Def Leppard, Hailstorm, really cool band, Bush, love them, Chevelle, really cool band, The Struts, Extreme's awesome, plus more. Check this out, Boardwalk Rock. Just type that in on Google or Firefox and look up ticket information for this. And that's it in Motley news this week. This is episode 66, Vince Neil live in Detroit, Michigan, 2024 review. On this week's episode, I'm going to continue on, but also end the Vince Neil series. I started it on episode 54, Vince Neil Exposed. Episode 55 was Vince Neil live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Episode 56 was Vince Neil's Carved in Stone. Episode 57 was Vince Neil live at the Whiskey One Night Only. Episode 58 was Vince Neil's Japanese bonus tracks. Episode 59 was VH1's remaking of Vince Neil. Episode 61 was Vince Neil's Tattoos and Tequila the Book review. Episode 62 was Vince Neil's Tattoos and Tequila Part 2, the album review. Episode 63 was Vince Neil TV and film review. Episode 64 was Vince Neil on the Surreal Life. Episode 65, which was last week, Vince Neil My Story on Reels TV. And that leads us to this week, the last episode of the Vince Neil series. So let's go some info and facts. The show took place on July 17, 2024 at Rockfest in Detroit, Michigan at the Amphitheater venue. Vince and his solo band was the headliners on this particular night, with openers Psycho Stick, who I've never heard of, but I'll check them out this weekend, Burning Witches, which I've not heard of either, and Quiet Riot, legendary band, Quiet Riot. It's only got one of the original guys, bass player Rudy Zarzo, who I'd love to have on this show if he's watching. But I don't know who the other three guys are. I've seen Quiet Riot 3 times. 2 of the times I saw him with the late great Kevin DeBro and Frankie Banela, may they rest in peace, and Carlos Colon on guitar. And then the last time I saw him was with Rudy and the band, so it was all 4 of them. Plus I got their autograph, and they were so nice to me, and such friendly guys. So yeah, if Quiet Riot comes to your town, go check them out. Vince Neil and his solo band is Jeff Bellondo on guitar, Dana Strum on bass, and Zoltan Chaney on drums. So now let's talk about the stage. There's a big banner hanging behind the drum kit that says Vince Neil. It's really cool. It's got this skull in the middle of the V in the end. Really cool. There's 2 mic stands on each side of the stage for Dana and Jeff. There's stacks of amps on each side of the drum kit. There's smoke machines next to the amps and behind the amps, so it makes it look like pyro. Why I picked this show in particular is because whoever filmed this was on the actual side of the stage. I'm not really sure if they're a roadie. I don't know. I can't really find any info on that part. But yeah, I think that was really cool that you get to see a different view of what it's like watching this show. Plus, watch Zoltan. He is absolutely freaking amazing. He's so entertaining to watch. The show is an hour and 9 minutes, so it's not a long show, but a really good one. So you can either watch it or listen to it, and if you listen to it, crank it all the way up. I will post the show in the comment section down below and on the Talking Crue Facebook page so you can watch this yourself. So now let's talk about the show. Song number 1 is Dr. Feelgood. The band is already starting the intro as Vince runs out. The Smoke Machine looks absolutely fantastic. Fantastic live version, very energetic. I love it. Song number 2 is Piece of Your Action. Vince welcomes the crowd. Then they go right into this one. Such a great live song. Sorry, there's my notes. Hopefully Motley Crue will play this song the Vegas residency next year. We'll see. It's so good. Smoke Machine, and you'll hear me say Smoke Machine a lot because it's pretty much every song. Song number 3 is Looks That Kill. Vince gets everyone clapping as they go right into it. Absolutely love this song live. Fantastic version. Smoke Machine going off again. Crowd singing along. Absolutely awesome. Song number 4 is Home Sweet Home. Vince actually dedicates this song to the men and women of the armed forces. Jeff kind of does this little guitar solo before the song and then goes right into it. He kind of plays the piano part on guitar, kind of like what Mick did when Tommy wasn't in the band. Vince starts to sing and then he stops and the crowd kind of takes over singing along. Sounds absolutely incredible. Then they play it like normal. Love this song, live or record. I never get sick of this song. Motley Crue or Vince, it's absolutely fantastic. It's so freaking good. Song number 5 is Don't Go Away Mad, Just Go Away. This is kind of where you see Vince's girlfriend, Rain, come out. She brings out the mic stand and Vince's guitar. This song is so good, love it. Never gets so fantastic live version. Crowd singing along, love it. Song number 6 is Same Old Situation. They go right into this one. Great live version. Crowd singing along and clapping. Great band and crowd energy on this song. It's so good. Then we get to Jeff's medley. Vince leaves the stage. He introduces Jeff, and then Jeff does this like short little guitar solo. Then he sings a little bit of the Led Zeppelin song Whole Lot of Love. Then they play it for a little bit as Jeff sings. Jeff does this little tribute to Jimmy Page, which is really cool, where he takes the violin bow and he plays the guitar. Then he goes into Black Sabbath's Heaven and Hell. Then they kind of play a little bit of that, and then they play the middle part and then the end of Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. After the medley, they go right into song number 7, which is Kickstart My Heart. Vince runs back on stage, and at first he kind of has some microphone problems, but it gets fixed pretty fast. This song, Plain Old Rocks, a fan actually jumps up on stage, which is actually really cool. Vince doesn't panic. He almost kind of gives the guy a high five. Crowd singing along. Fantastic live version. Love it. Then they go into song number 8, and that is Girls, Girls, Girls. They go right into this one. Again, this one never gets old for me. It's just a fun rock song. Crowd singing along. Even Rain, Vince's girlfriend, is up on the drum riser right behind Zoltan doing the song. Great live version. It's so freaking good. Then we get to song number 9, and that is Wild Side. They go right into this one. Absolutely fantastic. Crowd and band energy is absolutely insane. Vince giving high fives to the crowd towards the front of the stage. There's a really, really cool part. Uh, Vince actually brings this little boy who's in the front row up on stage and help him sing Wild Side. It's absolutely incredible. Then, as Vince walks away, Jeff walks up to him and puts his guitar kind of over him as the little boy's playing guitar. It's really cool. I mean, that is just freaking, I don't care. It's freaking awesome. He just made that little boy a memory he will never forget. And then Vince says thank you, and then introduces the band members. Then he thanks you again and says see you again as the smoke machines go off. As the band's looking towards Zoltan, Zoltan climbs up on top of the amps, and then for one last crash, he jumps off the amps and hits the drums. And then Vince says thank you, good night, and God bless. Like I said, Zoltan is something to watch. Again, if Zoltan's watching, I'd love to have you on this show. Talk about drums and music, and Vince, of course. But yeah, absolutely awesome. This show is absolutely incredible. So, homework this week. Have you seen Vince on his solo shows in 2024? And which shows? Which shows did you go see? That's your homework questions for this week. Next week is episode 67. Motley Crüe Year in Review 2024 plus more. That actually kind of rhymed there. That will be next week. If you know anybody that's a Motley Crüe fan, likes to talk about Motley Crüe, hear about Motley Crüe, send them this way. Hit that share button. Copy the link. Send it to them. Tell them go on Google, Firefox, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Internet Explorer, Windows 98. I have no idea what else is out there. And tell them to type in Talking Crue. All the episodes will pop up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button yourself. Give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. I want to thank everybody who's joined Talking Crue, whether through YouTube, Facebook, or Spotify. Welcome aboard. Everybody who gave me thumbs ups, I greatly appreciate that. And if you hear somebody snoring, it's my dog. He's right behind the camera here. So that's it for this week. I will see you guys next Friday. And you just took a ride on the wild side.